Hey everybody, welcome to the Eureka Springs channel. I'm Melody, your host, and we're coming to you live from Eureka Springs, Arkansas. You know, the Eureka Springs channel exists for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to inform everybody out there in the great wide world web about this beautiful place of paradise that I live at. Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Now, Eureka Springs is a wonderful little paradise I call home, and I love to share all of the wonderful organizations and event planners and events that are going on here in Eureka Springs. And I've got someone today that I'd like to introduce to you. This is Nathan. He is with the Heart of Many Ways, and they have something coming up that I think you might want to know about. And I thought you guys could listen in and find out more. So here's Nathan.
Hi everyone, I'm Nathan and this is Melissa Claire. Melissa is one of the founders of the Heart of Many Ways, and we have a very exciting opportunity that Melissa is going to tell us about.
Hey, Melissa, go for it, girl. What you got
All
going
right.
on?
All right. Well, on Saturday night, this coming Saturday at 7, we're having a very unusual concert with Sufi music and featuring Ustad Nizami, who is a 17th generation Sufi musician and healer. And he's from Pakistan. And this is his son, Faraz, who is now in his 20s. They were here once before, 15 years ago, when Faraz was only 8 years old. And they played the tablas together, and they shared a rhythm of 13 beats back and forth between them, which was stunning. This time they're bringing another friend who's also a tabla player and maker, and that's Raviteja Nulu, who's seen in the picture in the middle there. And they will be playing ragas, ancient ragas, and traditional Sufi Qawwali. So you can see in the picture that they're playing the harmoniums. Those harmoniums are traditional with Qawwali singing, but there's also the sitar, which Ustad Nizami, well, they probably all play sitar, but it's a really wonderful instrument, and it just takes you into another place. When I first heard the sitar being played in person live, I felt as if I had gone to heaven. And that's why I always wanted to bring them back again. And it's taken all these years, and we had, in fact, expected to have them earlier in the year, but it just coincided with a bout of COVID, and we had to postpone. And now here they are, Saturday evening. Do you have
What
something
a
to add?
What a beautiful instrument. I mean, they're works of art into themselves. I can't even imagine the amount of studies that it takes to learn to play one of
Yeah.
these beautiful instruments. Very unusual. How would you describe the instruments?
Um, I think you just described it rather well, actually. But as you were talking, I was thinking, yes, it's taken a lifetime. And that's the extraordinary thing about having it be passed down from generation to generation. With Ustad Nizami being a 17th generation uh, musician in this lineage, it means that he learned, almost from babyhood.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and that he has at his fingertips pieces of music composition that go back hundreds of years. But he's also a composer, so he's creating new compositions as well. And, in the Far East and music tradition, the ragas are especially designed to be played at certain times of the day and to have a particular effect. And so when you look at music from the perspective of healing from that Eastern tradition, you find that there are specific ragas that have particular effects on people.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually experienced that firsthand the last time they were here, because at that time I had a really horrible cough. You know, the kind of cough that makes you choke and run out of the room so you don't disturb everyone. Well, I started to choke, and Ustad Nazami looked over at me and subtly changed what he was playing, and the cough went away and it didn't come back.
Oh,
Um,
amazing.
so I
Wow.
I know that's a very small example. It's not
Oh, it's
like,
a great example.
but it was a personal experience, and so once again, a little proof that music really has a deep effect on us. And
Certainly
here
so.
at Part of Many Ways, we actually are really trying to encourage music to uplift the spirits. We started in the middle of the COVID era having musical interludes on Tuesday at lunchtime, and we're still doing that every Tuesday. This building was erected by the Christian Scientists, and they actually came in and changed the ceiling so that the acoustics would be even better. So we have a strong feeling that there needs to be more music here. And so I'm very, very delighted to be having both Ustad Nizami and his son Faraz, who of course represents the 18th generation, and then their friend Raviteja Nulu, who was already an accomplished musician, already focusing on preserving the traditions of the music of the East.
Hmm.
And so when he met Ustad Nizami, when Nizami first came to the U.S., he was one of the first students, and from there it was, let's say an immediate collaboration.
Yes.
So
Now, is this something that the gentlemen do? Do they travel throughout the country, or is this something but that you guys just did a special invitation to? How did this come about?
they were invited here by some friends of mine, the Babs, John and
Hmm.
Rebecca Babs, 15 years ago. And so I met them at their concert and helped organize a little tour for them on the East Coast at that time. There, my understanding is they have created their own music school in Austin, Texas, which is where they landed.
Hmm.
But they also will travel around wherever they're invited.
You
I
mean
see.
like for three presidents?
Yes, actually, before coming to the States, Ustad Nizami was already world class. He had played for Queen Elizabeth and yes, gone to the
Ah.
White House, played for three presidents there, played all over the world,
Hmm.
for royalty and VIPs. And so it's really quite an honor to have them come here,
Yes.
and we
Yeah.
can all feel like royalty
Yes.
when we start playing.
Well, it's a rare opportunity. It truly is to really experience something both on a cultural level and also a sensory level. What a wonderful immersion for all of us to be able to come and be a part. Um, I guess my next question is, I mean, you've got this set for the 11th.
Mhm.
Is this a ticketed event? How do we be a part of this?
Right. It's not actually ticketed, but there is a way to register by going to our website, www.heartofmanyways.com.
Okay.
And the advantage of registering there is that when we have your name and your intention, you would be the first through the door. We'll be opening our doors at 6:30, and so anybody who's pre-registered and who arrives by 6:45 will have priority seating.
Okay.
This is quite a small venue, and
Yeah.
it's also in a residential area. So parking is going to be along the street. So if people need to not walk too far, they should come early.
Okay.
And I
Carpool too.
would
Yeah.
love,
Carpool with your
yes,
friends. Yes.
Oh, purple. And so we're
yes,
actually, so we're at, so you can register and then, or you can, if you don't register, you can show up. And so this is a donation event. So if you
Okay.
are able to give, we would be so very grateful.
Sure. Of course.
we've put a suggested donation of $20 to $50.
Okay.
They do have some travel expenses as
Of
well as
course they
their
do. Yes.
ongoing, and of course they're actually used to commanding quite a high
Yeah.
price in some places. And I think that the way this happened this time was they actually called me because we hadn't seen each other in 15 years. And we
Oh,
became friends 15 years ago. And they said, "Oh, we'd like to see you." And
oh, how
so I said, "Well,
wonderful.
perhaps we can organize something here in Eureka. I've been really longing to hear this music again and also longing to bring it to our place here, which I think is
Yes.
a special place."
It is a special place,
Mm,
and
very
it is a
beautiful.
very special place. For people that are listening, Nathan, how would you describe Heart of Many Ways to people that are watching? Because a lot of people are not aware of this of the facility. Could you explain that to everyone that's
I
listening?
can. I'd be happy to. So the Heart of Many Ways is a sacred space that folks from all traditions, paths, and walks can use. We have 12 represented now, 12 paths,
Something like
something
that.
like that,
It's usually between 10 and 12. It could
between
be
10 and 12.
12 if you count some of the musicians,
Mm,
some of the
it's
music.
music. And
Yeah.
so we have it's a space for it's a space for us, whichever path we're walking, to use to have our ceremonies, rituals, and then also for us all just to come together in community, like
Hmm.
Tuesdays at noon. We offer uplifting music for folks to come and just have a little break and leave the world
Mm,
outside and come and just have a moment to have some joy and to deepen that connection
nice.
with self. So we get to deepen that connection with community.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had forgotten about the Tuesdays at noon activity. Oh my, it's like we're all so, everyone in Eureka is so giving to all the tourists and all the energy that we expand out. And I was just talking about this with someone the other day that Eureka is a very giving community. We are always giving back to people coming to town. We're like the official hosts. It's like, who's coming to dinner tonight? So having a place like that, I would think that do a lot of people utilize the Tuesdays at noon to come in and just take a breath?
We would like a lot more people to
Yeah.
utilize the Tuesdays. I mean, we do have a good turnout. It's varied, like with all events in Eureka, but we are finding that the word is spreading, and so we're
Good.
having new faces show up, and then we have we have a beautiful core group of folks who show up, almost religiously on a Tuesday to just to be in the sanctuary and to hear whatever music's there.
Yes, yes. What a wonderful service to provide for the community. You guys are a nonprofit, and so obviously this is an opportunity for people to not only come and enjoy themselves at a new musical event, but also support the artists that are there and maybe throw some change toward the Heart of Many Ways as well to keep y'all's mission going as well, which is a really lovely one. I appreciate you both joining us today and to give the information about the community. Is there a phone number, guys, that people can call if they have additional questions about this event or anything about Heart of Many Ways?
Well, you could call my number, which is 479 or you could email us via the website.
Okay.
And, if you have questions about other activities going on here, we do have a monthly newsletter. We have a printed schedule that comes out every month, and that goes into our website.
Okay.
So there are quite a lot of different activities here. And in fact, we're sitting in our gathering room right now. This is where so many of the different groups come to meet. And we have a number of altars or display tables
Hmm.
around the edges of this room that serve as a focal point for different groups that bring in, let's say, meditation or chanting or sound baths or yoga,
Oh my.
a lot of different kinds of things.
So many things. My goodness. We'll have to have y'all back on just to talk more about some of those things, those opportunities for the
Definitely.
locals and for kids. Is this open? I guess my next question is this a facility that you hope to expand out to those that are visiting to town, or are you hoping to, or is this more just for our community here locally?
Well,
Both.
both, yeah. You know, it's been really fun to meet folks in town who are visiting us, and then
Yeah.
invite them to a Sufi dance on a Thursday.
Mm,
On the third Thursday, and
Mhm.
yeah.
have them come on Sunday for an I am group circle, because it's
Mm,
not, generally in my experience, there isn't such easy access to so many
hmm.
different paths and walks where you can show up as an educational experience and as a connecting experience.
Mm,
And there's no one asking you to sign up or to join a thing or to take on whatever.
right.
It's more, I feel when I come to Heart of Many Ways, and I'm here quite a few times a week for events, I feel like I'm getting to come to something that someone that is dear to me and that I love is sharing with their friends.
I see. It's almost like Eureka's little living room for everyone then. I love
So
that.
you get a little spiritual living room.
Spiritual living room. That's a good thing. Well, thank you both for all the contributions to make this event happen. So, folks that are watching, be sure and mark your calendars. That's the 11th. That's just right around the corner, isn't it? I just want to flip. I'm intrigued by the culture and the immersion into this, and these beautiful instruments, and obviously these wonderfully talented musicians who make these instruments really speak. I'm intrigued by this opportunity for everyone to experience this type of music. So hopefully you'll have a good crowd. Best of luck to y'all, and hope you have a wonderful crowd coming up. And thanks for bringing this to our attention and for sharing this opportunity with the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We hope to see you there.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys, so here it is again. Here's the graphic for that once more. This is the Sufi Music little event gathering there at Heart of Many Ways, Saturday, November the 11th at 7 p.m. at Heart of Many Ways. And if you've got your camera or if you're looking on the desktop, there is a QR code right there. So it looks like you can get your camera out and use that QR code to go directly to what link they'd like for you to go to find out more. Thanks for joining us here at Eureka Springs Channel. We appreciate you guys so much watching our little channel. It's just a little homegrown channel that I try to do. We try to put together these little informational tidbits. So help me spread the word about all the people that I'm featuring here by sharing this segment with the people that you know in your life. Just like us on Facebook and share it. You can see us on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram. And, of course, we love it if you throw hearts. I love seeing those hearts come through every now and then. It's nice to know that you're watching. Make a comment below about the content that we're providing. We appreciate your feedback and appreciate you so much joining us and supporting what we're trying to do. And give a shout out to these people who are making such a great contribution to our community. Creating events and keeping community and cohesion within our community is such an important endeavor for all of us as individuals. We're living in a very divisive world where more and more splintering are happening within relationships and in communities. And so for the people who are investing their time and efforts to bring these type of events together, they're doing it out of their heart and out of the love of community. So show up, support them, go to them, and if you can't show up at their events, at least give them a pat on the back and say, way to go, thanks for putting these things together. Thanks for watching me today, and we'll see you again next time here on the Eureka Springs channel. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.